In funeral service, succession planning usually goes beyond a change in management, but also involves a transfer of ownership or sale of the business. R.W. Walker Funeral Home, established in 1938, experienced the transition in 2013. Longtime employees Barbara Maggy and Trevor Rabideau purchased the Plattsburgh, New York business earlier this year when its former owners, Richard and John Walker, retired. Integrity, service, and respect are built over generations, but can vanish in a minute if left in the wrong hands. Luckily, dedicated employees Maggy and Rabideau were up for the challenge. Maggy told her local newspaper, the Press Republican, "It still feels like a family business, as the Walkers always made me feel like I was part of the family." Recently, the New York State Funeral Directors Association had the opportunity to sit down with R.W. Walker Funeral Home's new owners and gain some insight about buying their long-established funeral home.
The atmosphere of working here was more of a family thing. It wasn't employer-employee. We all just felt like family. And so it just kind of felt like natural that it was going to be passed down. And I'd say for the last 3 to 4 years there had been talk about it and intention and planning and, you know, is this what you would like, so on and so forth.
So they always kept us open and kept us knowing how the business worked. So when it was decided that they were going to sell, it was basically, okay, you guys know what you're doing. Here you go. This is the date that we want to leave, and if you need us, call us.
For us, it was fairly simple. It wasn't us coming into a place that we are unfamiliar with, saying, okay, you know, I wonder what the reputation is in the community. It's not only the physical part of the business, but in this industry, your reputation is very big. It's a very sensitive industry. When you have somebody who would come in, say from that no one knows, they get a little nervous and skeptical because it is such a personal type business. So we really didn't run into many issues or have to go over many roadblocks because we had been here for so long. It literally was locking the doors one day, going to the closing, coming back and unlocking the doors, and there was no major changes that needed to be made. So research is definitely good, knowing, you know, what your demographic is and in your area and numbers, and of course besides the sensitive part of how you treat your families or how they have been treated, there's also the business financial part, which obviously is something that you always want to make sure you certainly look into very detailed.
The new owners understand the hard work it takes to make or continue a successful funeral home.
More funerals are getting more personal. It's not a set, we do this, this is how tradition goes. More and more people are being more open and wanting to create a funeral fit for the person that has died.
Barbara and Trevor are experienced funeral directors who understand the changing needs of consumers.
Embrace anything new. It's challenging, it's interesting, but it makes the services much more personal.
A lot more people are wanting the funeral service right in the funeral home. And so having to adapt to those changes. Some of the changes are small, but other changes like that are not so small. But you have to do it to stick with the demand of what your families want and what your area is starting to do for different trends or traditions.